Welcome back to the things we know. Today's conversation is really timely for me. I'll get into why later, but it's about how what we wear can either hold us back or help us step into who we're becoming. So many women reach a point in midlife where they open the closet and think, none of this feels like me anymore. What's underneath that moment isn't vanity, it's identity. And gosh, I hear this from my peers all the time. In fact, I keep saying to girlfriends, like, wouldn't it be great if we lived together and we could borrow each other's clothes? Because I have all boys, so I don't even have daughters I can borrow from. I just think it's about confidence, reinvention, and sometimes just, letting go of old stuff includes clothes.
We're talking to someone who lives right at this intersection of fashion and technology and self-expression. Our guest, Julia Dietmar, is the co-founder and CEO of OpenWardrobe, an AI-powered platform that helps people get more from the clothes they already own. I love this. This is through smarter outfit planning, alterations, resale, and mindful styling. This is the best part. Her mission is to keep clothes in circulation and out of landfills by turning every closet into a climate solution. That's awesome.
That's so cool. Julia brings more than 30 years of experience into retail technology, including leadership roles at View AI, Walmart e-commerce, ThreadUp, and Yahoo. She's also a certified image consultant with a degree in computer science from UC Berkeley and an MBA from is it INCEAD? I don't know how you say that.
You say INSEAD.
INSEAD, thank you. What I love is how she blends data-driven insight and a deep understanding of personal style to help people dress better, buy less, and feel great doing it.
And she's one of us in her mid-50s and right there in this season of rediscovery. Her approach is practical, funny, and real. She believes confidence isn't something you grow out of, but something you grow into, which is amazing. We are thrilled to have you. Welcome, Julia.
Thanks for having me. It's so much fun being here.
We always like to ask this question. How does it feel to hear all of that? That was quite a biography.
It's yeah, it feels kind of unreal. Yeah, looking back, sometimes when we work on something, it doesn't feel like anything special. And then when you hear somebody else talk about it, I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, look at me. Yeah. Love it.
Did you always your whole life know you wanted to work in fashion?
No, not at all. I always liked clothes, but it was never, ever even a possibility of a career choice. I come from a family of there are doctors on my father's side and engineers and teachers on my mother's side. So it was always something, it was going to be something technical always. And yeah, from probably when I was 12, I kind of decided it was going to be computer science something. And yeah, that was kind of my path. And after I graduated from my undergraduate degree, I was a coder for 9 years, and I went and got my MBA, and then was more kind of on the business side, but always in technology. And fashion was just an interest and a career choice. It was not, but I fell into it almost accidentally because I was at a startup that was acquired by Walmart, and I fell into retail tech. And then after that, I became first head of product at a company called ThreadUp. They are in circular economy and clothing. So that's how I got into clothing. And then just from there, it evolved.
That's so
Very
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Julia, a lot of women who listen to our podcast and who we work with are navigating change, right? New work, changing bodies, an empty nest, and a huge shift in identity. And you've said in what we've learned about you that we can use our wardrobes as tools for reinvention. How does clothing help women move through transitions and find confidence on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned changing bodies. That's like number one reason why people start cleaning out what doesn't suit them anymore and start looking into what actually suits me. And changing bodies, yes, I mean, I'm in my mid-50s. I'm going through it right now. completely can relate to anybody who is in the same life stage, and looking into things that used to fit me really well when I was in my 30s doesn't fit me anymore. I do have a few items in my closet that are older than my son, or as old as my son, and my son is just turned 26. So I have few vintage pieces that I still love. They, thank God, they still fit, and I still love them and wear them. But sometimes people say, "Oh, this you're wearing this. This is not age appropriate." I think those things or those lines are getting blurred by now, right? Like for me, like what is age appropriate? And if it makes you feel good, it's appropriate, right?
Huh.
Amen.
It's
Yes.
kind of like for so long we would hear, I don't hear it anymore, but women of a certain age shouldn't have long hair,
Right.
or something like that. Like,
Ridiculous.
I feel like we're moving away from those arbitrary rules.
Yeah, those rules are arbitrary. You're absolutely right. Like if you love your body, you have good legs, why not wear a short skirt? Like when you're in your mid-50s, there's nothing wrong with that. But we are changing. Like no matter how you look at it, most of us are changing. And so bodies is one thing, and then the lifestyle is completely another thing. Like a lot of women in their 50s are changing not just the work environment. A lot of people that are our clients, they're retiring, so they're going from office to more kind of a leisure wardrobe, travel wardrobe. They need something that is easy, doesn't wrinkle, allows them to be active. And then we don't have little children at home anymore. So the wardrobe is also very different. You don't need a bunch of t-shirts that somebody can throw up on and you don't care, right? You can you can be a little bit more whatever you want to be. So that is also changing. And these life stages, they are such good moments for us to just rethink and reset that and probably resetting your closet is one of the easiest things. I still haven't done my full wardrobe reset yet. It's a mess, but I do know, because I have everything digitized and I have all my statistics, right? I do know that I
Wow.
don't wear a majority of it. So, and I'm very slowly but surely reselling and donating and getting rid of it. But I wish I had time to just do it in one swoop. I just don't have time for that. But yeah.
I so relate to I don't wear most of the things. I mean, my closet is jam-packed. It's actually kind of on my to-do list for tomorrow to go through and really decide, am I ever going to wear this again? But there's always that conversation. It's like, well, but I really like that. I might, Um, I think I love you talking about not just the bodies piece, because my guess is most women only think about that piece of this. But you're right, it is life stage, and are they empty nesting, all of those sort of things. And so I love this idea of clothes as companions to these evolutions. Instead of this, like, oh, I used to be able to wear that. I used to. And again, we talked about this, right out of the gate in your biography. You talk about confidence as something we grow into. So what do you think helps women reconnect with that sense of self when they've lost touch with what sort of makes them feel like them, especially in this stage as we've gone through menopause, and we have different feelings, give less of a fuck, all those things. Like what do you think helps them?
Um, well, I can't speak for everybody. I'll tell you what helps me.
Perfect.
um, and what helps me, yeah, a couple of things. So one thing is, as you become an empty nester, you kind of go from that identity. I'm a mom and then I'm everything else. You
Mm-hmm.
go from that to I'm first something else and then I'm a mom,
Yeah.
right? Because our kids don't need us as much as they used to. And for me, it was, I kind of got a little bit lucky because I got a new job when my son was in his senior year of high school. And that job required a lot of travel. And I told him, until he goes to college, I'm not going to travel. And he left for college. And my CEO at the time said, like, get on a plane. And I was traveling a lot. And I think because that was such a distraction, it kind of helped me distract myself from the fact that he's not at home anymore. And his college he was on the other side of the country. We live in the West Coast. He went to college on the East Coast. But it was in the quota system. So every 7 weeks he would come home. So it was not like a shock to my system. It was very gradual. And then because I had this big job with a lot of travel and meeting a ton of super interesting people, I did work with fashion brands in Milan. And it sounds much more glamorous than it really was, but it just kind of gave me that different identity almost. So I got a bit lucky. And then, of course, the pandemic hit, and then I was at home, and we were all at home. Actually, my son he came home from school, and because they were in the lockdown, and I started thinking, what's next? And I was like about to turn 50, and I was like, what am I gonna do? And I'm like, well, I always wanted to start a company. I always wanted to start something, and if it's not now, then when? And so that became kind of my another baby almost. And I got a dog, by the way.
Oh, so that's a couple of babies.
Also a couple of babies, yeah. So that would help me. I kind of it helped me to shift kind of a bit my identity to I'm a mom first to I'm a founder, something else, you know.
I love that because it wasn't just like throwing up your hands. Well, now I'm an empty nester. Now I'm not a mom anymore. So who am I? You just decided to make an active choice to figure out what that next, dare I say, best chapter, which is our retreats, your next best chapter was. That's awesome. I love
Absolutely. And I know some of my friends, some go back to school.
Sure.
You know, if they want another degree or they want to study something that they never studied before, they just want to. Like art history or fashion, like whatever it is, right? Just for fun. You go back to school and you do something with it. I have one friend who just picked up a brush and started painting. And she's turning out like amazing paintings, and she just started doing that. I have another friend who started the consultancy. So she was pretty high-placed procurement specialist, and she decided to make a consulting business out of it. So it's really like you said, Lisa. It's really just a decision.
We started the pod.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Love it.
It's funny listening to this because as coaches, we often, are reminding people to act as if, right? Like create the calendar that you'll have when it's full, right? And dress for the success that you want to have. Go to events as if you're putting them on. Some of the way I'm saying that sounds cheesier than I mean it, but truly, right, Lisa, like there's just a lot. And Lisa is a great example of like, she works from home. She gets dressed on her work days. Like she gets fully dressed. I do a lot, and like not right now because I've been dressed to be out, but I do a lot of, for Zoom, like dress from the waist up because I work from home. So, but I do love the professional mindset of Lisa's. I really totally agree with that. I also, as a mom of a kid with special needs and parenting or coaching other parents who are in that situation, I'm always like, give yourself a break. It's okay if there's, something on you. But I like this idea that it really goes together and it is so uplifting. I mean, definitely, like you said, somebody might want to be a painter or somebody might want to be a consultancy. Changing something on the outside really does stir something on the inside.
That's actually, I love how you put it. Changing outside stirs something on the inside. I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you already sort of spoke, we spoke to the sort of arbitrary rules, right? What's flattering, what's appropriate, what we're too old for. And I've said it. I mean, it's funny. My husband would love me to be in short skirts all the time because I do have pretty good legs, but I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm too old for that. But I'm already rethinking that because, like, says who? And you really do encourage breaking these rules and bringing some play back into fashion. So, how do you do that without letting women sort of feel lost or pressure to chase trends?
Chasing trends is an interesting one because we're just constantly bombarded with
Mm-hmm.
trends. And I've been talking about it a lot. The culture, especially with the rise of social media, became is giving us focus on newness, not on quality.
Yeah.
So you constantly need something new, and that is becoming an issue for on many different levels. But in terms of how to not get lost, so that's an interesting one because I have to admit, I didn't really chase trends per se, but I always kind of was interested on what's new out there. And not all of that was suitable in whatever way, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
could not suitable to my lifestyle or not suitable to my body shape. And that was actually the reason why I went and got trained as an image consultant because I just wanted to understand theory. Me being an engineer and a coder, like I needed to
Yeah.
codify something for myself, right? And now that I understand kind of the rules, now I'm absolutely fine breaking them because I do it knowingly and
Yeah.
consciously.
Mm.
So really understanding the why behind why something works or why something doesn't work or should not work. Now I'm like, okay, I know that maybe it's not the best choice, but if I do it something like this, I still like it. I'm gonna make it work.
Mm.
So I think for me specifically, that was a huge help. That
Mm.
was something that really helped me um, to not just not chase trends, but really see through my eyes, through my lens of knowing what works, it doesn't work. And for me, it makes me see what I should be doing, what I should not be doing from my perspective, not from the perspective of rules and whatever theory tells me to do or not to do.
Yeah.
So to me, it helped. And we actually turned that into a product. We created a product around it for women because
Which is OpenWardrobe?
well, it's a product within OpenWardrobe. It's called Style Blueprint,
Mm.
and we basically it's a very simple, fun quiz, and it gives you three things. It gives you for your coloring, what's your how to wear color in the best way, not necessarily which colors to wear, but how you wear color. It's all about contrast, shades of color, and how to pair together stuff together. What silhouettes work for the body depending on what you want to do with it, right? Some of us want an hourglass, but some of us don't, right? So depending on what you want to emphasize, it tells you. And then the third one is your style personality. It what brands kind of match your personality. It's
Oh,
just
cool.
easier stuff for shopping. And that makes it a little bit more fun and a little bit more educational in terms of helping you understand the rules and then break them.
Yeah.
I
I love that.
so I'm I'm not a boomer. I'm going to sound boomerish when I say this. I have a niece who's a millennial, and she definitely has a whole following on Instagram, and it definitely is fair to say that I don't think she'd be caught dead being photographed more than once in the same outfit.
Mm-hmm.
So she does a lot of Rent the Runway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's unique for this. I hear this all the time. And this is where I sound boomerish, where I'm like, I've had this since before I had my third kid, and like I'm all proud of it. I think somewhere in the middle, like I had a friend, Holly, who used to do a business, doesn't anymore, called Put Together, where she comes into your closet and kind of puts together outfits she could record and then gives you kind of a prescription for like this kind of belt or this kind of basic. We'll pull it all together for you. But it's really freeing, actually, hearing what you're saying, that you don't have to overhaul everything, right? I mean, I love the idea of falling in love with a piece in a different way. I've become someone who's really guilty of going, okay, nobody saw me in this yesterday and it's clean. I'm going to wear it again today. But I have really cute stuff I don't want to get rid of. And like, you know, shoes and heels and things like that are kind of changing for me, boots and all that. And so it's like, I love this idea that there's something out there that could freshen it up. And listening to your technology is really promising because I've tried those Stitch Fix daily, whatever things before. And I don't know, I haven't had great luck. I'm like, did you read my profile? Like maybe one of these things I'll keep. They're all gorgeous, but just not me. So I love this technology that you've created. It's really cool.
Thanks. Yeah, so interesting what you said. Like you have cute pieces, but reinventing them. So the problem that we most have, and I'm seeing it with our users and how people are using our platform, is most of us have the problem is boredom, because we buy something and we just don't have headspace for it because the cognitive overload is so huge that if we buy, let's say, a blouse, we kind of have it in mind with what we were going to wear it. So, okay, I'm going to I'm going to wear it with these trousers and maybe this pair of ankle boots. And that's what gets stuck in our head. And majority of us don't deviate from that. So, so one of the first things that I created for myself actually, is this kind of outfit generator that the only job it has is to just spark this creativity of how you can put items together in a different way, in different outfits. And it's not always perfect. Machines are never perfect, but it gives so much interesting kind of tidbits that you think, oh, I would have never thought of putting this together. But you try it on and like, oh, it's actually not bad. And then you start reinventing things. So yeah, and that's one of the things that people comment on the most is that, oh, never thought this could work, but I wore it. I had so many compliments. I did, for me, say exactly the same thing.
It's a great solution too, because I think Lisa and I have this in common. I'm almost certain we do. I have great memories associated with clothes like I do with songs, you know, and that's why I keep things and why I take care of things. And so if I can breathe new life into it, it's such a wonderful thing to talk about it. Like, oh my gosh, you know where I first wore this was, you know, at or I'm glad to give this a new memory because the last time I wore this was at someone's funeral. You know, like that kind of thing is I don't know why that really speaks to me. Would you say you're like that, Lisa?
Yeah, I actually, I think I fall more prey to knowing I'm going to buying something and knowing what I want to wear with it, and then only wearing it that way. If I may, I guess I'd like to understand a little bit more about what OpenWardrobe does. Like, how does this work exactly?
Oh, that's actually pretty simple.
Okay.
So yeah, so the first thing, typically, the first thing what people do is they digitize their wardrobe. And what it means is you just take pictures of your clothes.
Okay.
If you shopped online, then you can download from your order history. It's pretty easy. But if not, then you just take pictures of your clothes. We do everything else. You upload the picture, our AI categorizes it, extracts all the attributes. It can say, oh, this is a sweater, it's blue and it has applique on it and stuff like that. So that's first. Second is then you start playing around with it. Then you just basically like a doll. Remember those paper dolls with paper clothes? Yeah. Then you just
fashion plates.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you just play with it on the app. And we have different ways to play with it. You can create outfit collages. We have a grid where you can just cycle through just to very quickly to see what goes well together. Or you can ask our AI. There's literally a button that says Ask Lola AI, and you press that button. Yeah, by the way, her name is Lola.
I love it.
Lots of lovely algorithms. And then she starts spitting out a bunch of outfit ideas for you. You can say, okay, for this particular item, or you can just say in general, or within a certain wardrobe. And we let you organize it however you want. So we have, some of our customers, they have like, a vacation house and a main house. So they have like wardrobe here, wardrobe there, or some organize it by winter wardrobe, summer wardrobe, and so on. Some organize it differently. It's completely flexible, however you want, whatever works for you. And that's mainly it, right? I mean, there are other things that you can calendar it, you can create like a calendar of what you're going to wear when. I'm not as disciplined, particularly myself, but I do it just for statistics. And then there are all kinds of statistics for people who are analytically inclined and love numbers. You can see like what is your cost per wear, what are your most versatile items, meaning they're in most outfits.
That's
And
really
so on and
cool.
so
It
forth.
sounds fun.
That's really cool.
Fun and
Do
stuff.
you include or even refer people out to color, like getting their color palette?
So we have it
done as well?
inside the app. So that's
That's
the style
great.
blueprint that I mentioned.
Oh, wow.
But so because it's inside the app and it's on the on screen, right? It's through screen. So it only can give you your dominant color type. So we're using this system of color analysis called the tonal system as opposed to seasonal. We do give you the mapping if you choose to, but tonal is a little bit more flexible and more forgiving, meaning that if you change your hair color, your dominant tonal type may change, but your seasonal will probably not. And it gives you a lot of flexibility. So that's what we use. And then with tonal, you typically get, if you go to a consultant in person, which I still encourage you to do if you're interested in that. It's a lot of fun. If nothing else, it's just fun. They will give you 42 different colors and then explain to you how to wear color. With dominant, you get 30 out of the 42, so you get majority anyway, and then you get all that explanation on how to wear color. So you can do it within the app, and then you can do unlimited resubmissions. Like if you change your hair color, you lose weight, you gain weight, you do this. I mean, it's you can do anytime. You can resubmit it anytime.
That
So
sounds
it's a lot of fun.
that sounds amazing. And again, we talked about this at the beginning. What I really love is that you are tackling one of fashion's biggest challenges. We do have fast fashion. I have fallen prey to it on a regular basis, so I am not guiltless in this at all. But what does sustainable style really look like for people, for real people?
Yeah, so it's a really, really good and important question. So some people, most people, let's say, assume that sustainable style means I have to buy from brands that use sustainable practices. They grow cotton in a certain way and they use natural dyes and stuff like that. What people don't realize is for a garment to be sustainable, regardless of how it was produced. Yes, it's amazing if we could only use brands and buy from brands who use sustainable practices. Is it realistic? Probably not. Because especially when you look at how teenagers shop, at the end of the day, cute and cheap wins every time, right? So then what most of us don't realize is regardless of how the garment was produced, if we wear it 30 times, it kind of becomes sustainable.
Oh.
Don't ask me where the number 30 came from, but that is the number that everybody's using. Actually, I need to look it up where it came from. But 30 is the number. Compare it to the averages that are actual numbers. On average, we wear items 7 times.
Wow.
Most of us, right? On average. So how do you make this 30 be the number? And that is where this versatility comes in, right?
Yeah.
Like if you can visualize how you wear the item more than in one way. When you buy it, if you kind of know, are you breaking rules? Are you following rules? Are you, right? Then you're going to be much more loving it and much more engaged with it. That's another one. And then the third one is this circularity. So repairs, alterations, resale. If for some reason the item does not serve you anymore, we have integration with Poshmark, for example. So if everything is digitized, you're done with it. one button click, it moves it to your Poshmark account, and then you sell it there.
This is awesome.
So cool.
I want to go down.
And it also makes me feel less bad about the fast fashion, because I do tend to buy something, and I do wear things for a very long time, which is one of the reasons my closet is so full, because I do have things that are as old as my kids, and my kids are 23 and 19. So now I actually do feel better about that, because I'm like, I bet I do I'm certain I wear things more than 7 times. So
yeah,
thank you for making me feel better.
I feel like you do.
You're
for
welcome.
sure. really well.
Wow,
this is just blowing my mind. This is kind of like I have admired so many of the things you just said separately. Like I've admired and thought, if I got my, it's like meal planning for your wardrobe. Like if I got my, act together, I would do all those different things, and you're pulling it all into one source, which is very exciting. I have a niece who makes does a really good job selling on Poshmark, and I'm always like, I need to have her come over and help me figure that out. Like I obviously I could figure it out. I've sold things before online, but that is so cool.
And digitize your wardrobe, and then from there you'll be set.
Yeah.
Well, that I could probably do too. Yeah, I will have her help me. But wow, I really love that, because I mean, and I think the amount of people listening who probably let like returns pile up or things that they wish they hadn't, and then it expires. That's such an easy way to get it back out there and feel good about the sustainability of your purchase. I love it. I love. Were you going to say something? I didn't mean to.
I was going to mention just one more feature that I actually, that's one of my favorites that I use all the time. So I do shop, and I do shop online, right? And what we've created is this little browser extension that allows me to access my digitized wardrobe on OpenWardrobe and our AI from any website. So if I go on Nordstrom.com or Macy's.com and I'm looking at something, I can immediately say, show me how this works with what I already own. And it starts kind of showing me outfits that I could potentially wear it with.
That's cool.
And I can ask, does it suit me? And it will say yes, no, maybe. So if you did our style blueprint, right? Yes, no, maybe. And it'll say, yes, colors are perfect for you, the shades, right? The shape is perfect for you, personality is. Or it could say, maybe if you style it this way. Or it could just say, probably not, right?
Wow. I hope it says that in a nice way.
I really like this, because I don't have a daughter around to help me.
Yeah, I do. I have a built-in one, and no.
I don't have that. So I could use that. This could be my new best friend. Wow. I love this. I also just love that your work is so like, this is so inviting in the way you've conceived it. And it's really focusing on possibility and ways to like help people feel better about maybe a rash decision they made about something they bought. Like, there's a couple of ways we can go here. We can make it work for you, or you can move it on. I love that. And so it's not about perfection at all. And so if someone's listening and standing in front of their closet right now, feeling really stuck, what's one small step they can take to reconnect with joy and confidence in what they wear?
Oh, the easiest way is just take out, let's call it 5 to 10 items that you wear all the time, and lay them out on bed. It's easy to pick out 10 items, right? Between 5 and 10. And then look at them together as a group. And then you'll see immediately what is common. Is there a color that is a common thing? Is it a shape that is a common thing? What's common between them? Because that will tell you what you love in seconds. You'll see it in 30 seconds. And that means that that's kind of your style, personality, your profile, like whatever you want to call it. But this is what you gravitate to, and that's what makes you feel good about yourself. And that is kind of where you can start from to weed down everything else. That's the simplest, easiest way, because we all have that handful of items that we love, right?
Literally going to do that tomorrow. That is exactly what I'm going to do tomorrow morning.
I just got a little emotional hearing that too, because in coaching a lot, and this, you'll probably relate to this, Julie, is we always talk about how the way to build confidence is to just take action, do something, right? So this is like this is offers that, gives you something to do. But I also say self-esteem is a totally different hill to climb. Self-esteem you can achieve by doing something you love. And I love how this just combined it. And usually, those are kind of two different approaches, but this is like lay out the stuff you feel good in. And then that sense of like, oh, I like her, she has fun in this, is just such a beautiful what a beautiful exercise to do with yourself. You're going to feel so much better when you put those on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love this a lot more than some stylists or people who clean out the closets suggest, is take out stuff that you don't wear. That makes you feel worse about
it's
yourself.
Like a negative. It's starting from a negative instead of starting from a positive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And starting from the positive, first of all, you feel great, right?
Yeah.
Second thing, you learn something about yourself immediately, about your style, right? So yeah, I love that exercise.
I am so excited to do this tomorrow. Like I was like, oh, it's gonna rain, I should probably go ahead and do the closet thing. But now I'm like psyched. So thank you for that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So before we wrap, we always like to ask, oh, sorry, did you have another question, Kari?
Yeah, I do. Like all of a sudden, do you mind if I ask this?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I'm curious. I was just talking to someone the other day who said, I wish I knew how to shop online, because they fall prey to some of those things in the algorithms. And then like they order something that seems like it's going to look good and it's completely different when it comes. Like what are tips you have or things that like you wish people knew about how to shop online or where to shop online?
Well, first of all, research a brand. So I get bombarded, and we all do, with ads from sites that sometimes they sound too good to be true or look too good to be true. And then you look at the item, oh, it looks great. And then I'm like, it's really $15? Like, what is it that made out of?
Right.
So just research the sites. And these days it's so easy. You take a URL, you drop it into ChatGPT, and you literally say, is this site legit? It'll do the work for you. It'll figure it out. Super easy. So that's one. Second one is if you bought from a brand and you like it, and it's good quality and it fit you size-wise, that is probably a good way to just keep buying from them. Because brands, especially with sizing, right? There is no consistency in sizing. It's just a fact. We cannot do anything about it.
Yep.
And what makes it even worse, that some brands, their sizing from season to season is inconsistent.
Wow.
Right? I think most brands are trying to at least standardize within their own brand, but it happens. Like,
yeah.
I used to buy from this one brand, and I would buy extra small one time and then large, and then they would fit completely the same. So it just did not make any sense. So that's one. And then if you can shop with your closet, just to see that interaction, that is great, because I always feel bad when something arrives and I have to send it back. It's like, oh, now I have to put it, and it's a carbon footprint, and it just doesn't make me feel good. So I always try to use the tools so that I don't have to, or not as much as I used to return it. So those are kind of the things that I follow personally.
Yeah, no, those are great. That's a great question.
I used to find that I was like, oh, no wonder I was drawn to it. I already have one like that.
I do buy things in multiple colors. I'm not going to lie. Because if I find something I like, and again, because in case it is sort of fast fashion, I'm like, I don't know if this will be around again. So if I find something I like, I do often buy several pairs.
Well, I think that's wise. I'm saying, I bought another brown jacket, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Lisa, that tells me that at least part of your style personality is a classic, because classics used to something that they love, and then they buy multiples in the same color.
I love how you reframed predictable as classic. Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't say I was predictable.
No, I'd say I was saying me, like, I thought she was saying that about buying the exact same thing.
Oh no, she said that I'd buy multiples.
Multiples, yeah. But definitely another part of you is dramatic. Like, I see drama in your jewelry and your glasses. So
Yep. Both of those track.
Lisa does some really cool combination of edgy and classic, like with pearls, but like it's leather, and my son made her a tie-dye skirt once that she paired with it. It's a very cool mix. Yeah.
Thanks. All right. So let's talk about cool and the song, because you picked, I mean, really like a perfect soundtrack for what we've been talking about with regards to reinvention, which is I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. Oh my God, such a great song. So what is it about this song? Why do you love this song?
It's just the whole message, like no matter what, we're gonna be okay. This song was our hymn when I was in my MBA program. Every party, everything, yeah, we'll survive. Like the whole class was good. But yeah, it just tells us that we'll be fine. We'll be okay. Life's changes happen, but we'll be fine.
I love that. Seems like an anthem we need more than ever right now.
I know. That's such a perfect note. I would love to, have you share. We've talked a lot about what you offer, but like, where's the fastest, the easiest way for people to find you?
Oh, our website is the easiest. It's openwardrobe.co, www.openwardrobe.co. And you can download the app right from there, and you can contact us. I read every single email. So if you want to email through contact form, feel free. And I respond to every single email. So
I'm so psyched to go check this out. And we'll also put your LinkedIn profile in our show notes as well. So we'll get to go. I can't wait to go play in my closet. I know you're not at home, Kari. Are you inspired to go home and play in your closet as well?
I am. And I'm also excited about what I picked to wear tonight to go to dinner with my, but yeah, I am excited to go play in my closet at home. It's exactly the time. Like I'm sort of in the middle of moving. I don't have a huge closet space, so I go like from the basement up to, so I'm excited to be very particular about what I bring in for the colder months.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, thank you, Julia. This has been amazing. I cannot wait to go play with this app. I'm super psyched. Anything else you'd like to leave our listeners with?
Well, first of all, we're going to give your listeners a special coupon if they want to try our style blueprint.
Awesome.
And
I know
which you can resubmit many different times for free. And what do I want to leave you with is just what helped me is understanding the rules, helps me not stress about am I wearing the right thing or not, and kind of break those rules mindfully. So if you're like me, then I encouraged you to do the same. And do the exercise that we just talked about. Take out,
learn the rules and then break the rules.
And then break the rules. Yeah.
I also just want to add here that this is often the case, but we have enough recording time between when we're recording and when this airs that Lisa and I are going to try this. This is a great time to make sure you're following us on social media, because we will share how this experience. And I'm excited about that.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we are on the same page once again, Kari. I love it. Well, again, thank you so much for being with us. This has been a super fun conversation. And of course, we'll be back next week with more conversations about what it means to live, love, lead fully in this chapter of your life, and also dress super fun and feel good about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Julie, for being here.
Thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
We'll be back next week, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.